Welcome to TechNotice. Nice to see your smiling faces. Welcome. So in this episode, we're going to check out a Pilotfly Focus1 follow focus system. This is going to be a three-part video. In the first video, we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing, show you what's inside the box, what are each contents, what do you do with them, and so on. Then on the second one, I'm going to show you how you can actually use it and a bit of a review, just showing you how you can actually operate it, how to set it up, things like that. And then on the third video, I'm going to tell you my opinion, show you some of the good sides and bad sides, and my opinion of the product. Now, when we're clear on that, let's jump into the first video. So as you can see in front of me, I have all the contents of the box laid out. Everything that was in the box is laid out, and in a moment we're going to go through each item and tell you what it's used for and how what you do with it basically. But this focusing system is meant for the Pilotfly Adventure gimbal that I have over here. If you want to watch the review of this gimbal, then check up there or in the links in the description. I have two-part review of this, one where I'm talking about and the review and overview of this, and the second part when we're doing the stabilization test of this gimbal. So if you're interested in that, check the video in the description. But this focusing system was first of all made for this adventurer gimbal system, because this gimbal on this axis over here, you can see there's a power output over here that powers that focusing system motor. This is a 14 to 16 volt output over here, but the motor says over here that you need 7 to 16 volt power to power that motor. Now the cool thing is you don't have to actually use it for this gimbal, but you can also use it on a rig, or if you're rigging your camera up, you can use it over there as well. But just remember, you need a power outlet that could give you 7 to 16 volt power for the focus motor. Now let's look at some of the contents inside this little box that it comes with. It comes with this nice little box over here, and this is the usual Pilotfly design, semi-hard case, I would say. I'll open it up so you can see as well. All the contents have been nicely cut out, so everything just goes into its place and is very well protected. In there you have a warranty card as well as a quick little guide how you can set it up and what each item is, but I'm just going to make it easier for you and tell you it myself. There's also a little strap that comes with it if you want to carry it over your shoulders. That's it over here. On the left side, or on the right side for you, I have all the actual motor contents. Over here, there are two main items. This first one is the actual focus wheel where you pull the focus and adjust the focus basically. Just remember, it doesn't have to be focus, it can also be zoom. If you purchase two of them, you can put one on your zoom ring and the other one on your focus ring, which means you can use it on both. In here, you can actually take this white bit off. You can mark your focus points on each of the, if you want to go to a certain bit. You have these little solid full stops. If you want it to only go to certain lengths, you have this adjustable little full stop on the actual metal railing going all around. You have a few buttons over here, camera controls, as well as operating the menu system with this little arrow keys, as well as the main little menu button. And then there is a power button. So this is the main focus wheel. Everything is really well built, like build quality wise, it's just absolutely awesome. Everything is really solid metal, and you have this wooden wheel, really premium look, and reminds me of the Tilter kind of design, because Tilter uses a lot of wood as well. Then we have this 15mm rod. I suppose this is a carbon fiber rod because it's very light and looks like a carbon fiber design. Can't confirm this is actual real, but feels real. Then we have these two rod actual fixings. So one of these goes onto the camera hot shoe mount, which is this one over here. And then we have another one over here that goes to the focus motor that's over here. They are very solid designs. Now this little bit over here, this is the little attachment or quick release plate that you can put on the side of your gimbal over here. So you just attach it, screw it onto this Pilotfly Adventure on the handle here, and then the focus mode wheel control goes on the side here. And then we have the actual Focus1 motor. So this is the bit that actually pulls the focus. This wheel here goes around. You have the wireless antenna over here, little pairing button over here, power input, few different inputs, and the hot cold shoe mount to attach it to the actual rod. I just remembered there is one more thing that I already have on the lens. One second. This one over here, I've already attached it to the lens. You can take it off, it's really simple, but basically this is the follow focus belt. So you can easily pull it off like that, about 15 centimeters long, and you can attach it to your lens. This comes inside as well, it comes with one belt. So let's move on the right side of the box. So over here, there are loads of cables. Now these cables actually label or cover under two categories. One of them is the power cable, and then the other one is the camera control cable. Now they're gonna give you all the cables necessary, so whatever camera you're using, you're gonna get one of the cables that fits your camera. So basically, over here, there are a few power cables. So this is the micro USB to the DC cable. This is the one that I'm using over here. It goes from this gimbal over there to the focus motor over there. But if you have maybe like a power adapter that uses the DC-TC, then you have this cable over here, as well as another power cable that I'm not used to seeing here, in basically another power cable with a power adapter that they're gonna give you. Then you have a micro USB cable. This is just to update the firmware on the actual focus wheel, as well as charging the focus wheel battery. And then there are 4 different camera control cables. Now this camera control comes from the actual motor to the camera. Motor over here has a little mini HDMI port, and then it attaches to your camera. So on the side here we have HDMI to micro USB cable. We have HDMI to another micro USB cable, but one of them is straight, one of them is bent or L bracket, so it depends which one you want to go. Also one is slightly longer over here if you have troubles attaching it to your camera, or your camera actual socket of the micro USB cable is a bit deeper, you can use that cable. Then we have an HDMI to a mini jack, which is the 2.5 millimeter jack, and then we have a mini USB to HDMI cable. Now these are all the contents of the box, and this is it. Now if you'd like to know how to set it up and how to use it, then stick around for the next video. Don't worry, it looks very complicated, but it's much simpler than you actually think. So stay tuned for that. Remember to hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and to subscribe if you haven't already, because content like this is coming out every single week. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for part 2. Okay, bye.